There she was on ours. In here on the other one. Okay. Hello. Happy Monday, the week of Thanksgiving. I'm so excited it's Thanksgiving. I love this holiday. Okay, kids, we're going to go right into the PowerPoint. And then tonight, I just want you to all be aware. First of all, just congratulations on an incredible week. So many of you had such a phenomenal week, and it was just so fun to witness. So congratulations on that. I also just want to say to each and every one of you, whether you're here right now and I see your faces, or you're watching on TMAC, or you listen to the playback, I am so grateful for you, and I am thankful for you. And yeah, I'm just really thankful for you. Tonight, we're going to start with some avatar training. So I want you to have a pen and paper out so that we can really work hard on this, because I don't know how long this will take. Not in time tonight, because we'll cut off at 8 Mountain, but in weeks. Even if we're working on this until the end of the year, so be it. Because I feel like too, we could do some really good discussions on this, helping people funnel in on their avatars that might help some of us funnel in on ours. But I just feel like this is work, just like the goal setting is work, that is essential. And if this can be our study hall to get it done, then so be it. So share my screen and we'll go through the announcements real quick. Tuesday night presentation is Lourdes Rosa. She's phenomenal, you guys, especially if you have somebody that's Spanish speaking or connections in Mexico, whatever it might be, like she's your girl. This is one thing that I love. I don't think all of you are on Sean and Michelle's training, so some of this is doubling, so I apologize. But the next 2 weeks, and I don't know exactly where this is located yet, but once I know, I will put it in TMACT and in our Telegram group. But if you, through the donations link, or maybe the legacy link, through donations or legacy, through that link, if you order the cleanser, the anti-aging cream, body lotion, body wash, and hand cream, if you order all of them or one of them or a couple of them, through that section for the next 2 weeks, LifeVantage will match your purchase. So if you order a hand cream, they're going to also order a hand cream, and they are going to send it to a women's shelter in Orlando, Florida. I think this is the coolest thing ever. And this is something to shout about from the rooftops about our company. And they've chosen Orlando because that's where our next LVA is. So this is something I would be promoting this week going into the Thanksgiving holiday. You can also be talking about shopping local. I think for a lot of people, this Saturday is Small Business Saturday. If not, it's maybe nationwide. I'm not sure if someone could tell me that. But it's just a really, the email said it's under promotions. Okay, thank you, Marcy. But I don't know where promotions is on the website. So if somebody could find that, I think that would be awesome. But this is something to be promoting throughout this week and talking about on a daily basis, honestly, in your stories for people to know about, and then letting them know we still have our holiday promos, our holiday gifts that will go until supplies last. It sounds like the backpack may be gone. I didn't know that. But as far as I know, everything else that you see here is still available. You guys, I don't think she's posted it yet in Vitality Living, but Gloria Brinker had tattooing on her eye. She had like an eyeliner. She was helping a friend and got it done. It looks phenomenal, but she was showing me before and afters. So her after she got it done, of course, her eyes were really swollen. So she gets home and she's like, I wonder what would happen if I did the eye serum and the beauty serum that you see here that's half off with the skincare. She did the eye serum and the beauty serum on one eye. She shared with me the progression photos. And it was a significant difference between the eye that she'd used the two and the eye she did not. The eye she did not was still very inflamed. Then she started using both of them every half hour for 4 hours, I believe. And like that, like her eye, all the puffiness, all the inflammation went down. It's remarkable. So I will see if I don't even know if I have the right to tell this story or not, but anyway, I know she'll post it, but you guys have to see it. So if you know anyone that does permanent makeup, I am telling you, they need this beauty bundle of the skincare and the beauty serum because the results were mind blowing, mind blowing. Okay, so with the legacy that they're doing of giving back to the women's shelter, there are assets that are available. These assets you can just copy and paste or share or save to your photo album and your phone by just going to the email that the company sent you, and they just sent it like within the last hour. This is a big one. The last date of subscriptions, the 25th, are going out on the 24th. Make sure I'm that person that I always check in with my customers. There's some I don't have to check in with. I know that they just go regularly. There's some that change it up a lot. So I always, always, always look to see who my customers are that have the next subscription. And then I check in with them. So please let them know it's 24th, not the 25th. See if they want to change anything up or add maybe one of the holiday bundles. Elite Academy registration is open. There will be no LVA in December, and GoPro tickets are still available as well for $99 if you want to get a ticket. The November Performance Club, this like tripled in numbers, which is so fun. So now so far for November Performance Club, and we still have a lot of time left in the month, is Marcy Gainier, myself, Cindy Sherfick, Jen Dykstra, Colleen Holtz, Vicky Meyergard, Laura Nowicki, Jen Pensinger, and Christy Spaniel. And there are a few of them that are super close to the pool as well. So congratulations to all of you. And this is just another check, another mindset check. I want to know where you're at when it comes to your belief in doing whatever it takes to get to Croatia, to become a Pro 4, to be better in June of next year than you are right now. Where is your mindset at? And I hope you're at, I'll do whatever it takes, because again, we're getting crystal clear on our goals and who it is we want to be talking to as we move forward. So in speaking about that, here we go. Sometimes I'm sure a lot of us struggle when it comes to creating content, right? You're in your head, whatever it might be. You just don't know what to put out there, what's going to be a good message. So your posts are all over the place, and then you struggle with consistency, and then it starts to feel exhausted. Anybody relate? I know I can. Okay, so this can be solved by knowing who you want to help, what the problems are that you can help them solve, and how you're uniquely qualified to do it. Who, what, and how. So we're looking to get rid of the fear for this. I don't want you to feel exhausted. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. We're looking to give you clarity on this. So when you know exactly the who, what, and how, you'll be able to show up on social media every day as the most confident, authentic version of yourself. You won't question it, and you'll begin attracting the right people like a magnet. So unless you're talking to the right people about the right things, all the engagement you get on certain posts is not going to get you the results your business needs. You can post about the most phenomenal analogy ever created and have over 100 comments, and it doesn't matter getting that engagement if you're not speaking to the person you want to be speaking to. So it's time to start working smarter rather than harder. Who's in for that? And being okay with showing up different and not trying to appease the masses. So when you know the answers to who you're looking for and the problems you want to address, it helps you connect with people on a deeper, more meaningful level when you're prospecting with them, because you don't question it, because you know they're exactly your person. So the connection becomes that much more instant. So who is your ideal customer and who is your ideal team member? More often than not, they are the same person, but that is what we are going to funnel in on and we're going to figure out. Okay. So your ideal customer, who is the person you want buying from you? What solutions are they wanting for their problems? Your customers don't want to know about you. They want to know about themselves. You need to be that beacon that makes it easier to find you. When you streamline your message, you raise your beacon. I don't know, some of you probably were on when I had Lori I remember her last name now, but she did an avatar training on a Saturday morning, and she kind of talked about that. But I think she did it as far as like different streams. But if you have 5 different messages going on, you're going to be kind of like a Christmas twinkle light, right? All of them are going to be kind of going off at the same time. But if you have one Christmas tree and it's got this huge bright star on the top, and that star radiates light into the sky, that's what you want. That's how dialed in you want to be so that your person finds you. So now we're going to start answering some questions. And only you can answer these questions for you. It is so important when we do this, you guys. And I want you to take a screenshot of them or a picture with your phone, because you're going to need to keep working on this. I'm not giving you homework through the holiday. You're going to choose how much you put into this or not. But I would love for us to work on this tonight, and then maybe some throughout the week, and then discuss it next week. And then help us maybe dial it in a little further with maybe even more questions or just some brainstorming, whatever it might be. And then also helping us get to the point where we can then think about the kind of posts that we want to put out there that would be attractive to those people to help you all like get some ideas. Because when you have your girl or guy in your mind and you're going through certain circumstances in your life or situations, it becomes like a light bulb that goes off. I've had that happen lately as I'm trying to dial in on my girl. Oh, that would be a really good thing to talk about, because I bet she would relate to it too. Because you're not going to be afraid to be vulnerable and to be raw and real about what you're going through. You're going to want to do that because you're going to want to attract your girl. And the only way to do it, or guy, is to talk about those struggles. Okay. So we're going to take some time to go through some of these. I don't know the best way to do this, but I guess just a little bit at a time. We've only got 15 minutes left. It makes me mad. Okay, let's go through what keeps them up at night. What are their pain points? How old are they, male or female? What do they look like? Overweight, health conscious. So these first questions right here, let me even highlight them. Those right there. I want to take like the next 5 minutes, and I want you to just brainstorm and think about these questions and answering them for your person, your ideal person to be working with. Okay, go. Okay, that's time. If you started working ahead, you're not getting in trouble. Good for you. That's good. One thing I was thinking about as we're doing this too, and then we're going to move on to more questions, but I realized as I was writing for me, like I said, you know, my girl, she's health conscious and she works out at a local gym. She's active, but maybe even a specific gym. But I don't know what specific gym. So, in saying that, especially with the new year coming, I remember this may mean that you have to make choices that you don't like right away. It might mean that like beginning of a year, I may use 5 different free week memberships to find the community or the local gym where I think my girl's hanging out. Does that make sense? I remember hearing a gal that had a home-based business and she started getting up at 5 a.m. to be at the gym by 5:30 to do the class because she knew at that class was her avatar, and her avatar was a working mom that could only work out in the morning because she was working in corporate America and she wanted to get out of corporate America because it was exhausting and she wanted to be home with her kids. So she made the choice to go there, and she belonged to like 3 different gyms. And she's like, I was in the best shape of my life, but she did whatever it took to hang out where they were hanging out. So I have to dial in more on what I said there. And that's how specific we want you to get. Okay. Because what we're doing right now may be the initial blueprint. But after we've done the blueprint, then we're going to really go back and get very specific with like names and all the things. Okay. All right. So let's take another 10 minutes and let's work on 10 minutes, 5 minutes. And just the questions that are below it, I'll leave those highlighted. The ones that are below it, just start working on those and get through as many as you can. Okay. Let's keep writing. Go. Okay. We'll go over those next week. I just want to stop this share real quick. And in the last 5 minutes, just see how this is feeling for you guys. And if it's hard for you to figure it out, or for some of you, it's just kind of flowing and seems to be, no, Vicky says no. Is it flowing for anybody and making sense for you? Crystal?
Yeah, I think it helps to think about who you were before you got to this place, like before you joined LifeVantage or whatever it is. Like, it helps to think about the person that you were before. And that's probably the kind of person that you want to help. So I think that kind of typically makes it a little bit easier if you think of it that way.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Because if we think of like our stories, and because sometimes, yeah, if we think of our stories and before we got started, or why we said yes, it's that why to why you said yes that is like the pain point that you want to hit with your girl or guy that you're going to talk to as well, right? I felt that in mine too, that she's her pain point is money. Like, she's just tired of just getting by. That's what keeps her up at night, because she's worried about college for her daughters, and she's worried about not being ahead and maybe an emergency coming up that she's not prepared for. If it's health, she's worried about her husband's health and how are they going to find ways to get him healthier. You know what I mean? So sometimes when you're thinking of the story too, and then we transpose that into posts, it's going to be about you sharing aspects of your story, but then maybe also you sharing, what it was that helped your husband with his heart, or what it was that helped you to be more active and have more focus with your kids, whatever it may be. But these are just, I hope this makes sense to you guys, but it's something we have to do. We just have to do it, because I don't want social media to be a chore for you. I don't want it to be exhausting for you. And more importantly, I don't want it to look exhausting to the people that we're reaching to, because I feel like it does. And I feel like that's what's keeping people from saying yes, if I'm being honest. People don't want to have to do what we're doing. But if we can make it a message of just sharing our stories and being authentic and real, that's just specific to us, and asking them, well, why were you attracted to me? Well, because you shared this is this. And does that relate to you? Well, yeah, that's why I said yes. It becomes more relatable for them, and they're more likely to think that they can do the same thing, right? Meaning they could literally, as a duplicatable system, then come in, sign up for LifeVantage, and transpose your posts into their own, because you have the same story. but we have to be willing to be real, raw, vulnerable, and authentic with our stories in order to do that, right? And we've heard it before too. Just because you've shared your story once before on social media doesn't mean you shouldn't share it again. What do they say? At least maybe once a month, share your story in some new way with people. I'll tell you, like for me, I don't know the specific age for my girl yet either. And I know I need to. I just said she's in her 50s. She's active, works out at a specific gym. And like I said, I got to find that gym. I got to figure that out. Health conscious, but cheats a little, but wants to really dial it in. Money keeps her up at night. That's her pain point. She worries about her husband's health. Worries about not having enough money for the things for her family. She's 5'10", looks fit and takes good care of herself. She drives a fairly nice car. But that's it. She can't make choices outside of that because she just feels strapped. She has her own business, but it's taking a lot out of her, and she can't seem to get ahead or scale it enough. She's had it for 3 years now. It was going well prior to COVID, and then it got tough during COVID, and now she's just sustained, but she hasn't grown it. She has 3 kids, 1 out of the house, and 2 teenagers. I don't know how the heck I came up with that, but I just let flow whatever came first to mind, right? So I'm trusting that. And I think this is something too, like we really have to be in prayer about as we do it. Like, God, who's my girl? And if we can get really specific on that, we'll just know our messaging, and it's just really going to help our business grow. And you know what? I got to tell you, I'm a part of another leader's Facebook team page. I don't even know if they know I'm still on it. But frequently they're welcoming new team members. And I know why. It's because they are very specific with their message. I don't always agree with it. Like they're very opinionated with things, politically and otherwise, but it puts them in the right groups. They know their people because they're so strong with their opinions, right? So to them, it's a leg up, it's a level up because there's instant connections, there's no hesitation. So what is it you love to do? What are your hobbies? Where do you love to hang out? Like, then go find those people where you're hanging out. I think we've gotten too used to just being at home and not talking to people and not networking with people and connecting to people anymore. And we have to be doing that if we're going to grow our business. We have to have those pipelines growing, and we want to have fun and attract the people we want to attract. So I hope you took a picture of that. I'm going to put up real quickly the other slide as well, in case you want to keep working on it. I'd love it if you did, and then we can talk more about it next week, and maybe people can share a little bit of theirs. But did everybody get a picture of this first one? Okay, and then here's the second one. Get a picture of this as well. What problems do they have? Blah, blah, blah. Did everybody get it? Okay. And then the last one, this is a good one to think about too. What problems can our products solve? It's a really, really good one to think about, because when we can think more about problems that we're solving, just like we just talked about in the post call, rather than reducing oxidative stress and upping mitochondria and upping sirtuin activity, we're onto something. Like, we have to get away from that. We have to start talking about problems that we can deal with. Now, with the holiday promos and the things that people can buy under the promotion tab, we're looking at beauty products, right? Does your skin get really dry in the winter and feel kind of chapped? This is a True Science anti-aging cream is perfect for that. The hand cream, right? I don't know, just talking about why would people need it, and then how good it feels once you've done it. And nothing's better than a video in your stories when you talk about those things, right? When you're trying to fix a problem and give a solution. So, okay, let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for the Thanksgiving holiday. I thank you so much for all of these amazing team members. I lift them up to you, Lord, and I just pray that they all have a very safe week and an abundant week filled with just so many blessings. Help us to be present this week. Help us to be grateful with every moment, whether it's the time we're given, the breath of life that we have, the food on our table, the shelter, the clothing, a safe car. Just help us to be grateful for all those little tiny things. And Lord, I would just pray that as we do this work to better ourselves and find the people that you want us to work with, that you would just place in our hearts and our heads, help it flow, that we would know exactly who that person is, that we would see them fully, that we would know their name. I just pray that everyone that goes through these exercises will give it to you to help them find the right answers, so that the work that we do, the marketing that we do, could just flow and be a lot of fun, knowing that just around the corner is exactly that person waiting to lock arms with us. So thank you all. Thank you for this business. Thank you for LifeVantage. And thank you for this amazing team. In your name we pray. Amen. Okay. Thanks for being here. I'm going to stop the recording, and then I closed my eyes and I feel like I could have fallen asleep. And then we will continue with WHAM right after this. All right.